reasonable time now to just go ahead and get us in and started. So welcome. Thank you everybody who was here on day one and to everybody who's joined us as well on day two. I had a really great time yesterday, especially in some of the smaller sessions where we were able to have more conversations that got a little more technical and a little bit more deep into power beaming. I learned an awful lot, and I think a lot of people who were there yesterday did as well. Looking forward to more of that today. Um, all of the presentations, the audio and video recordings will be made available, as well as the presentations for those who are comfortable in allowing us to share them, as well as the standard overview summary that we'll produce at the end of the workshop. And that'll go on Confluence and be shared in our standard monthly telecons for the Surface Power focus group. So thank you everybody to coming in. Thank you for the speakers who are here and for those who spoke yesterday. This was our agenda yesterday. You can see what happened. We started out broad. We're becoming more narrow by the end of the day. There were some quite technical talks in the network and breakout sessions. I really enjoyed those. And now today we're going to have a similar sort of idea where we're starting with the latest developments in power beaming. We're going to hear from people who have won the Luster Awards and the Watts on the Moon Challenge. At least those who had power beaming as a theme for their proposals. And then we're going to hear from several people who submitted their abstracts, and these will be roughly 10-minute talks or so. We have a little bit of freedom to let the conversation go where it is. Let it go and try not to curtail it when it's going well. Then we'll have a little bit of a break, and then we're going to have our panel on challenges and critical steps to advance power beaming for the lunar surface. And we've got a pretty wide range of people here on that panel. And then we're going to have a nice long breakout session. So this breakout session is going to be a little bit different than yesterday. So yesterday, our breakout session, we did, rooms that you were fixed in, you were randomly broken out, and then you stayed in the room and talked through as many topics as you needed to get to. And some groups got through quite a few topics. I think the group that I was in got through about 3 or 4 before we kind of diverged and just all talked about the issues that had come up as we discussed those topics for the last 15, 20 minutes or so. But today it's going to be a little bit different. We have some more technically themed talks. Again, all of these topics, these are gleaned from the registration questions. So I mentioned this yesterday, but essentially every one of the registration responses is accommodated somewhere in this workshop. So some of these classifications and discriminations may be a little bit stretched, but I wanted to at least give everybody a chance to have their topic sort of on the record and have a venue for addressing that. So in these breakouts today, instead of being put into one room and being forced to stay there and talk through those topics, today you'll be able to, you'll initially be put into a random room. And I encourage you to try to participate a little bit in that room to get started. But then after that, you're going to be able to move around. So if you see a topic here that you're really interested in, you might want to jot it down as the breakout room that you'd like to spend some time in. Now, one thing in particular, we have this is modified from the topics yesterday. There was quite a bit of talk yesterday about how we could get a better figure of merit for power beaming. So I wanted to take the opportunity to use one of these breakouts today to address that topic explicitly. And, we'll be able to fold that back to the Watts on the Moon challenge team so that hopefully they can take that into account as they're constructing phase 2 of that challenge, which will be considerably larger than phase 1. I think the prize purse for that is around $5 million. So that'll be a larger thing, and hopefully we can use this workshop to kind of directly get at that. So that's going to be the breakouts today. We've got just a couple minutes still, but at about noon, we'll go ahead and bring in Professor Phil Lubin, who will kick off the day with his presentation. So we'll start back up again in about 3 minutes, but we can keep this kind of, you can feel free to use some chat or give us some ideas into the Q&A if you have some ideas already for panelists to discuss. And then we'll go ahead and get Phil introduced and started at about noon.